Hello, this is Heyman here, and we're gonna be casting some of Trip's replays that he sent me. So spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Babylon LA, we got Snakehole Run. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner with the blue Protoss probes, we got Trip. So, Trip's gonna go for the standard pylon. He doesn't really mix that up too much. Sometimes he'll go for something wild, but he seems to play fairly standard. It's just that he's little weird deviations like Nexus first, which I don't love, but you know, he does it. We got a gateway coming up first, and looks like the normal hatchery from Zerg. So far a normal game, nothing going on, nothing too weird, nothing too meh. Um, Protoss is somehow up 2 supply with the game like just starting a second ago. I don't know how, but okay. So we get a gateway gas, oversaturation in the base, because, you know, making probes, whatever. That's not a bad thing. Hatch gas pool from Zerg. Interesting placement. I don't know. I don't really know anything about pool placement, to be honest, so I don't know what. I can't really say much, but huh. So, got the Nexus on the low ground. Gonna get the Cyber Core coming up. Trip, I don't think, has scouted. No, he did not scout, so he has no idea that this isn't a rush. For all Trip notes, for Cyber Core, Cyber Core, Cyber Core, Cyber Core, Cyber Core. There we go, bud. You did it. So for all he knows, this could be a 12 pool, and he's dead. So I don't like that, but luckily for him, it isn't a 12 pool, so he's good for now. Unluckily for him, he was very late on that cyber core when he had enough minerals for a while. Got the second pylon here. This is something I'll compliment him on because transfer the probes. I always forget my second pylon for some reason because I'm very dumb. So we got a lot of oversaturation. I'd like to see Trip do it and reset the rally points for there. Warp gate, no adepts on the way. So okay, a stalker. I'd like to see a adept being chrono, 2 adepts. We got the gas. Okay, you saturated. Very nice. And you reset the valleys. Very good. Our Zerg is taking his third. He has metabolic boost on the way, Zergling speed. Oversaturation on the main, which is oddly strange because normally they undersaturate it because they. Early lair. Stalker's gonna start showing away at this Overlord. I don't think he did not see a Stargate, so Trip is going for Oracles. I'm pretty sure it's Oracles at least. He loves to go Oracles, but he also always gets pretty sloppy with it. Oh wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it is Oracles. So he's very sloppy with his Oracles, but what he does like to do is he likes to build a fleet beacon behind 2 Stargates and Chrono carriers. Here's the thing, I think it's a bad build, just personally, because when you're teching after those carriers, you have to have enough units to survive. Not only does he not even have a battery here, but he has a singular stalker, and that's all he has to defend. I am all for oracles, but oh, it's a phoenix. Okay. Taking a page out of my book, I see. So I like Phoenix. I personally like Phoenix, but that's only when I have a battery. I did harassment of the depths. I'm keeping the Zerg at home, and yeah. You need a battery. So it looks like he's gonna take a page out of my little handbook of how to play Protoss and going for a lot of Phoenixes. Zerg is going to go for Hydralisk then, which isn't great for toss. But seems like a standard thing they've been doing. Although, yep, here we go. The fleet beacon is in production. I'm not sure what he's gonna plan on doing. Like, is he? I'm not sure if he's gonna continue Phoenix production. Maybe this is the deal with Mutas or something. But I honestly don't know. Honestly, like I like to do deviations of this. I like to go oracles first and then a few phoenixes and stuff. I go for the fleet beacon after I have 3 stargates producing phoenixes. I get about 8 phoenixes or 9 phoenixes out of 3 stargates, and then I make a fleet beacon after. But before I make the fleet beacon, I have a natural. I also had an oracle out. So he's gonna push across with these 5 phoenixes, and we'll see what he gets done. He will definitely probably be able to take out that overlord perching over there. But I'm not sure how much damage this gets done, although there are no spore crawlers, so given that Trip does do correct targeting, and that, yeah, it is carriers, +1 attack on the way. So the phoenixes are just sitting there. Phoenixes can shoot and move, so that's a unique thing about the unit, only shared by the battlecruiser. These phoenixes are gonna come in. There are 9 spore crawlers started up as soon as, okay. What are you doing? This is negative micro. Negative micro. Oh boy, and all the spores are done. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of spores. Okay, he is gonna get a second queen, which is kind of nice. So 2 queens, but these phoenixes take a lot more damage, and they good pickup. A lot more damage than they should have taken. So he did force a lot of spores out, which did hamper Zerg's economy. His workers got shot down, and it's 32 workers to 50, which you never want Zerg. Trip is going to lose one of those phoenixes. He's gonna try to lift this queen and get a 5th queen kill. Yeah. So, oh nope. Okay, so 5 queens and 2 overlords for 3.999 phoenixes. Okay, another overlord. Oh, Trip. Not paying attention. Anyways, that was pretty good damage from Trip, but I just don't like the carrier transition. It's just that he just got his 3rd base started. It's like barely. I mean, I'll admit you did get the harassment done, but look at this army. It's not that big, but you know the carriers aren't that great. Your probes are trapped behind there. Nice. Yep, the attack's coming in. You have no battery. You have 3 carriers out. And okay, attacking his own gateway. Nice. Not exactly what I would recommend, but I guess that's another way to do some damage with your carriers. Gateway down to 224 HP now, no shields. We got a ton of gateways coming. I would like to see a few over here instead of them just being stacked along here, but okay. The carriers are actually pushing us back, so this isn't bad, but if Zerg just decided to just pump out Hydralisks, you know, these carriers get shut down. End the story. You have no detection also as Protoss here. He has no detection. He's still producing 2 carriers at a time. You need more Stargate. Well, I guess we're getting the Robo and the Twilight. Personally, I like Colossus. I don't really love the Stargate tech ever. I only like Phoenix, which I did like that you went for the Phoenix, but I don't love the carrier switch. I like it when you go Void Rays into carriers, because normally the response to Phoenix will be Corruptor. It didn't happen in this case, but when they respond with Corruptor, carriers aren't great versus Corruptors, so you know in the end, it's not great for you. But Trip is going for that mass gateway switch, and he is going for Observer. I would like to see some Colossus getting started up, but he doesn't have a lot of gas. This gas is oversaturated. This gas has no workers in it. He's producing this base. Lings are gonna get in through this terrible wall. There's no batteries anywhere. Trip never puts batteries anywhere. I don't understand it. Honestly, a cute little trick with the phoenixes would be instead, since you don't have a warp prism, you could juggle your zealots by lifting them. That would be kind of cute, honestly. I would actually love to see that happen one day. So we got Storm on the way. It's almost done. Zealot, Stalker trapped in the wall. The Zealot poked through the High Templars. I would like to see charge. We do not have charge. Do we have blink? Yeah, we have blink, but no charge. Interesting. When you're going for sky toss. We got the robotics facility, so we will probably see Colossus on the way. And the carriers are coming in, and one of them gets picked off almost instantly. Another one gets picked off, so I think that was 2 carriers lost, was it? In exchange for a bunch of Hydras and Hatch. So honestly, not the worst trade, but it could have been a lot better. Because these carriers are extremely expensive. Although now he has forced out Corruptors, which this actually is going pretty well for Trip, honestly. I am a little surprised that he's actually doing decently in this game. It's just that he has no charge and he's sending out, he has a lot of Zealots. You might want to chrono that. You might want to chrono the charge. Oversaturation here. Undersaturation here. Oversaturation here. Undersaturation here. Really. Well, we have forges. We have no cannons to stack defenses. We have no batteries anywhere. There we go, bud. There we go. Some cannons. But, you know, I would like to see some cannons here. I'd like to see batteries. Trip, what you need to understand is batteries are more important than anything. I would rather you never make a cannon in your life for defense, but make 3 million batteries. Charge is about like a little over halfway done. If I was Trip, I would be waiting on these the charge upgrade to finish. I really like this push. It's looking super strong. 4 observers from Trip, which is an absurd number of observers, but those storms, whatever, and GG is called away. Before the fight even takes place, Zerg knows he lost. But just gonna stay in this game. Okay. Trip, GG's back, and okay, so Corruptors are all going down. You know, the carriers, they're all dead, but Corruptors don't shoot down. So, you know, these Zealots just charge in here back and forth. Negative micro going on there. We got 17 Roaches on the way. Zerg is going to try to hold this. Spore Crawl is about to take out Carrier. Yeah, nice, very nice. Stuff you see every single day. It's very regular occurrence to see Spore Crawl taking out Carrier. Perfectly normal. I've seen it before. Totally. So, okay, so he takes out that 4th hatchery. All the roaches, all the rest of the army he has here is just stacked up here. Lings are in production, but Zerg really has nothing left as Trip is just marching at the front door. Zerg is really hoping to, by some miracle, hold on and get the kills, and yeah, GG. It's not gonna work out for Trip. The second game that we're gonna be viewing today of Trip, he never does a probe split ever. That's just okay. Spawning here in the bottom right hand corner, in the green with the Protoss probes, we got Trip. Using the username my dad is Goku. Spawning here in the top left hand corner, we got Blue Knight. Okay, so I guess this is. So Blue Knight is this Terran in the Amateur League server, and he is a beast. He is very heavy on micro, so I'm gonna guess this might have been like a custom game or something that he did, because yeah, he normally he doesn't get colored. He doesn't get colored in green first of all. It's like blue and red in these replays normally, and also Blue Knight. Yeah. Blue Knight's very good at the game. He's a very good Terran. Although he did, when he was getting harassed by depths and he was a little screwed, he did pause the game, a little fishy, against me. I felt robbed. But anyway, he's impervious to cheeses, so like, yeah, this will be kind of interesting. So we got double gateway here at the entrance, very standard for Trip. You get a little battery. This is actually better wall than what I do, so compliments to Chip on that one. Um, Blue Knight is going to go for that Nexus on the low ground a lot earlier than Trip will ever have it with this kind of build. Although Trip has 2 gateways and his Cybercore is earlier. So if Trip does decide to go for some aggression, he will be in the advantage. Hopefully it's 2 adepts, which it probably will be 2 adepts because that's very standard in PvP. We got 2 probes on each gas, so 4 probes on gas for a Trip. We only got 1 gas geyser for Blue Knight, but it's 3. So only 1 more probe on gas. Blue Knight's natural is it's halfway done about. Meanwhile, Trips hasn't even started yet. We got double deaths being chronoed out, and I'm assuming that Warp Gate will be researched, or did he forget it? He probably forgot it, didn't he? No worries about that, Trip. So, 2 adepts coming out right now. Oh, we got the Stargate back there, so he's gonna go for Oracle most likely. With saturation here, I'd like to see these probes transferred to gas, and then I'd like to see another Nexus on the low ground. But the thing is, like, okay, so we got Robo actually coming out from Blue Knight, so this should be interesting. Completely different builds. We got Stalker in the front. This harassment from Trip should do pretty well considering Blue Knight has no way to stop these adepts from coming in. And the Stalker is far away from anything. If Trip micros this properly, he should get a lot of probes. That's 3 array. 4. Get surrounded though. 5. 6. So he gets 6 probes for 2 adepts. That could have been a lot better if Chip controlled that properly. But now he's flooding resources. He has nothing producing right now. And we do get the Nexus down low ground. But Blue Knight is substantially ahead. Despite being down 5 workers now, Blue Knight is certainly ahead. He has the Immortal coming out. He has more units. He has more Nexus. He could easily reproduce the probes that he lost. Meanwhile, we got 2 Stalkers coming out for Trip. I think he needs a battery here, though. That could be pretty crucial for this. We got Twilight Council coming up at the same time, so it doesn't look like he's going to really commit heavily on the Stargate tech. Just looks like it was here for Oracle. I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of Blink build, but who knows. Blue Knight, meanwhile, is going for the defensive approach. Battery, standard, got Stalkers, Immortal, no spellcasters, no Robo Bay, nothing really. Although we got the Oracle coming in, negative micro there on one of those probes. He's gonna lose the Oracle in favor of 4 probes, which wasn't ideal. I do like the idea of trying to get some damage in, but 1 extra probe is not worth full Oracle. That's 150 mils, 150 gas. So you are losing 100 more resources than what you are killing. I know they collect minerals and stuff, but also, Trip. There we go, attaboy. So we do have more gateways on the way. Looks like this is gonna be 6 gateways. Okay. Charge is on the way actually, so that is very interesting. Trip's gonna start whooping in some zealots, a sentry too, I guess for scouting. I actually stopped using sentries a while ago. I think I should be, but I just haven't used it lately. What is interesting is that Blue Knight has now decided to go for his Cybercore, but is still chronoing Immortals. Blue Knight has this very kind of like open thing, but like there is that little gap in between the pylon and battery where the Immortal's situated in between. I'm not sure how this works out for Trip, but we do have Blue Knight's Observer coming in, and he will scout out what's going on here. We got Templar Archives on the way, but there's no forward pylon, there's no Robo with a Warp Prism, there's nothing to really tell us, like, tell him where to go, you know, like where... like, it won't No, what am I saying? I'm speaking German. There's nothing to like let him get across the map. So yeah, something hair. No blink. Templar Archives. It's so strange to me what's going on here because we don't see any charges done. I thought this was gonna be a charge push. But I guess no. Instead of Trip pushing out, it's gonna be Blue Knight pushing across the map with 2 Immortals in the Prism, Stalkers, and a Sentry. Now, Blue Knight micros like a Protoss player. With his Medivacs, he loves using Cyclones to micro. He loves using his Cyclones, juggling them. So it looks like Blue Knight actually is gonna juggle into this main base. Maybe he's gonna wait and blink and blink in, but I'm not even sure if he's gonna do that. Yeah, he's just gonna juggle them and cool. So Trip is the alarm bells are ringing. All of the army is in here. There's a battery in the front, but there's no battery here. Why would there be? I mean, I guess the stats battery would be okay, but like with the micro Blue Knight here, I don't see Trip. Like Trip might be able to hold this, but he's gonna take some damage. It's gonna be very pressuring and actually a very nice cleanup from Trip. Oh, good micro from Blue Knight, not losing the Mortals or the Stalker, but wasn't worth it at all. Trip is far ahead right now because of that. Blue Knight's tech got reset. He is producing Twilight Council now. Now he knows that there's a lot of charge slots. Charge of his own is researching. But Trip, I think he's ready to go. I think maybe one more weapon round and he'll be good. Third base on the way for Blue Knight though, and Trip's already is done. So Trip has actually got back ahead in the economic game. He is up ahead in the army supply game too. So we got another 2 more Archons merging for Trip. That must have been an accident. I cannot imagine why you have a Colossus and you're just saying no for hallucination, especially against a Protoss. But we do got that forward pylon weapon location that I talked about. And Trip is building a few cannons, which is extremely interesting because he did not build Stack D against the Zerg, which is far more of a harassment based race. This Nexus is going to be cancelled, and Trip's just gonna back off. I think he could have taken that fight because Trip is far ahead in army supply, almost doubling the army supply of Blue Knight. But he's just gonna go like, nah, I'm ahead. I canceled that base. I have my third base already up and running. It's been running for a little while. He has to rebuild that. I don't disagree with it, but Blue Knight is going for his 4th base, double expanding. He knows he has to do something to get back into the game economically. Meanwhile, Trip is going for a million more gateways. Okay, Robo and +1 attack. I suppose been idle for a long time. Interesting. Talking very fast, aren't I? So Trip is going to attack up here, which great intuition by him. He's going to get 4 probes and the Nexus and a bunch of pylons. So this is actually wonderful from Trip. Trip is completely destroying Blue Knight right now. That cannon bought enough time to hold off that Zealot rush, that Zealot harassment, and Trip has not taken that much damage this game to his pocket. There has been sloppy moments from Trip, but overall, I think he's playing this game pretty well. I'm gonna guess that PvP actually is his best strat thing. Blue Knight thinks Storm's a lot better than it is against Protoss, because personally I don't think Storm's great versus Protoss. Just Zealots, that's it. Everything else it's shit against. Oh, the Observer gets picked off. That's a huge pickoff. Trip has all the information in the world. Blue Knight's just making a million High Templars and stuff. Trip is actually starting to lose that advantage that he had in army supply because Blue Knight is just pumping out units now. Trip is oversaturated here and is has his fourth done. I would like to see him transfer some workers, maybe build a couple of geysers there. Um, his main base is completely crowded, overcrowded. Jesus, what the hell? My goodness, that's a Sim City there. How do you even get units through? If like, if like he just decides to whoop and zealots, what are you gonna do? So we got a bunch of forward pylons here, which he has a he has a Silk Road of pylons here. Blue Knight is going to find one of these pylons and pick it off, but there are a lot of pylons. Trip is going to warp in to try to protect this pylon, which I'm not sure if it is a massive priority, but whatever. Um. Okay, so they lose this fight, these zealots. Very easily lose it. Um. Blue Knight is oh, that was good micro by him. Pull back. So 5 zealots go down for Trip for no zealots for Blue Knight. So that wasn't a good trade, but like. It's 5 zealots. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not like you lost your whole army to one disruptor shot. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, I didn't even notice there's disruptors for Blue Knight. Which one hit would be huge? One disruptor hit. Is he gonna activate it? No, he's not. Okay, so I guess it's a little cover for us. Just all gonna die. We got 4 Stargates here and a Fleet Beacon. Interesting. Okay, the storms are coming down. The disruptors! Oh, he completely whiffed on the disruptors. What happened to Micro, Blue Knight? You're supposed to be the Micro God. Okay, either way, he wins that fight, but these DTs that Trip just warped in are doing a ton. I'm missing a lot. I didn't even notice there was a Dark Shrine. Jeez. Oh, and the Zealot run by up here in the top. Oh my god, killing the natural base, that's... Oh, I feel like Blue Knight is on his last hurrah. Sorry, I must go. GG. Oh yeah, that's the reason you're giving up. Hey. Oh my god, that was a great game from Trip. That was actually fantastic. I'm actually very surprised. Trip's play today has been pretty good. I'll say this about that first game. I did not like the carrier game. I just don't like carriers. I would prefer if you went Void Rays after the Phoenix, but whatever. Second of all, you have 2 options, Trip. Get better with using oracles or don't use oracles. It's just like you lose your oracles because you overcommit a lot. You're like, oh, units. I see some units. I'm gonna run my oracle right into those 10 stalkers and lose it. Yeah. That's not how it works. Like, it's better to get 3 probes and get out with your oracle at full HP than get 4 and have a dead oracle. Because that oracle can provide so much value. It not only provides a danger for harassment later on in the game, but it also provides protection. And you can use stasis wards. It's so useful. You just don't want to lose it like that. Also, those phoenixes earlier, I felt like once you got that last queen, you just have... You know, once you got that 3rd queen, I think you just call it quits. It's just like... Once you get the damage in with the phoenixes, you can poke and prod, but you don't really commit too much after that. Especially if they made 9 fucking spore crawlers. The phoenixes did their job. They forced out a ton of stack defense. That's 9 drones that aren't mining anymore. And 9 times 75, which I don't know how much that is, minerals. Like, you know? So, you know what? I'll give you this. Good game. Good game. I'll give you it. Credit. Credit where it's due. I insult your play a lot, but I'll say those were pretty good games. Anyways, I guess, yeah. That's it for today.
Hello everyone, this is Heyman, and welcome to the last bit of time that I get to enjoy myself. Yeah.